Agent, get ready. A new mission starts now.
Oh no, it's too late.
That was the last transmission we received from Agent Russell. By the time we reached his location, a fire was raging. All evidence was lost. For weeks, Agent Russell had been investigating a research clinic suspected of conducting illegal tests on human subjects. Then all of our surveillance went dark. That was a month ago. It wasn't until last week that we found the body of one of the staff. No trace of our agent, the CEO, or any other personnel was found. This morning, one of our wiretaps intercepted a communication with the clinic. We were unable to identify the source, but we have uploaded its contents to the server. Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to decipher the encrypted communication, analyze the clues and locate our agent or any other party involved in this incident, and if necessary, give the green light for immediate military intervention by Division 6. Connecting. Welcome, Agent.
Through your mission, you will unlock the story. Using forums, wikis, IRC chat, in-game mail, alone or with a group, the outcome of your mission will forever impact the storyline. 50% of our content is created based on your success or your failure. Welcome to the world of the Black Watchmen.
During the Cold War in the mid-1940s through the early 1960s, the United States government conducted about 100 nuclear weapons atomic bomb tests in the atmosphere at a test site in Nevada. More than 100 in the Pacific, and one of the first ever in New Mexico. The radioactive substances released by these tests are known as fallout. They were carried thousands of miles away from the test sites by winds. As a result, people living in the United States at that time of the testing were exposed to varying levels of radiation. Among the numerous radioactive substances released in fallout, there have been a great deal of concern about and study of one radioactive form of iodine called iodine-131. Iodine-131 collects in the thyroid gland. People exposed to iodine-131, especially during childhood, may have an increased risk of thyroid disease, including thyroid cancer. Thyroid cancer is uncommon and is usually curable. Although man has been exposed to naturally occurring radiation since the beginning of his time on Earth, his interest in the problems of exposure to radiation have been stimulated in recent years as a result of the expanding use of nuclear energy and the occurrence of fallout from testing programs of several nations. Recognition of the damaging effects to tissues by ionizing radiation has created a general awareness that relatively brief exposure to high levels of radioactivity may produce acute illness. Of special significance in connection with the normal peacetime pursuits is the fact that prolonged contact with much lower levels may generate less immediately recognizable, but nonetheless real bodily impairment. In attempting to arrive at an evaluation of the possible damage associated with such relatively low levels, one of the important steps is the measurement of radioactivity concentrations in the environment, including the determination of specific radionucleotides in food, water, and air.
They were told it would be painless. They were told it was safe. $500 for an afternoon of work. Easy money. No one ever told them about the nature of the experiments, how they planned to cut into them, to leave them scarred, literally and figuratively. Only 4 of the 20...
The Rosenberg Clinic has reopened. Past intel suggests the facility was conducting BDNF research on human subjects. Determine if they have resumed clinical trials.
Only 4 of the 20 survived. He is the only one left who hasn't ended it all. Not yet, at least.
When the substances contain measurable amounts of radioactivity, it can be assumed that the ingestion and inhalation of them will result in an internal radiation exposure, which can be expected to augment any damage caused by external exposure originating from the natural as well as other sources, including the medical use of ionizing radiation. Although the dose resulting from internally deposited radioactive material is exceedingly difficult to measure, maximum permissible concentrations, MPCs, for internally deposited radionucleotides have been developed on the basis of certain criteria which are discussed in detail elsewhere. At the present time, fallout represents the major source of the hazardous long-lived radionucleotides of concern to the general population. These radioactive materials created as the result of nuclear detonations are carried to the stratosphere, whence they return slowly to the Earth with rain, snow, or dust particles. From the standpoint of a health significance, strontium-90 is generally considered to be one of the most hazardous nucleotides as a result of fission, but among them is also an element called iodine-131. The thyroid controls many body processes including heart rate, blood pressure, and body temperature, as well as childhood growth and development. It is located in the front of the neck just above the top of the breastbone and overlying the windpipe. Although the potential of developing thyroid cancer from exposure to iodine-131 from nuclear weapons testing is small, it is important for Americans who grew up during the atomic bomb testing between 1945 and 1963 to be aware of the risks. How Americans were exposed to iodine-131. Because of wind and rainfall patterns, the distribution of iodine-131 fallout varied widely after each test. Therefore, although all the areas of the United States received fallout from at least one nuclear weapons test, certain areas of North America received more fallout than others. Scientists estimate that the large amounts of I-131 from Nevada test site fell over some parts of Utah, Colorado, Idaho, Nevada, and Montana. But iodine-131 traveled to all states, particularly those in the Midwestern, Eastern, and Northeastern United States. Some of the iodine-131 collected on pastures and on grasses. Depending on the location, grazing cows and goats sometimes consume contaminated grasses, resulting in iodine-131 collecting in the animal's milk. Much of the health risk associated with iodine-131 occurred among milk drinkers, usually children. From what is known about the thyroid cancer and radiation, scientists think that people who were children during this period of the atomic bomb testing are at high risk for the development of thyroid cancer. In addition to the nuclear testing in Nevada, the Pacific, and New Mexico, Americans were potentially exposed to iodine-131 from a number of events, including nuclear testing by other nations elsewhere in the world from the 1950s and 60s, and nuclear power plant accidents such as Chernobyl in 1986 and the Fukushima accident in 2011. Welcome back to the House of the 12th Doctor. I am your host, That 12th Doctor, and today we are delving into the dark world of the Black Watchmen again, folks. The paranoia has already started to set in. Unmarked black helicopters have started flying over my house in the middle of the night. I've become suspicious of my postman, and even my dogs are starting to look at me a little bit funny. That's just a part of the intrigue when you become an agent of the Black Watchmen. That's right, Agent XII here, reporting for duty. We are picking up where we left off last time. We're investigating a clinic that has had some nefarious dealings in human experimentation with nuclear radiation. Now we are currently engaging in background investigations for the current employees of the Rosenberg Clinic. We are trying to figure out which one of these people are the culprit for the continuing grotesque experiments in human trials. Alright, we're looking at the founder right here, Dr. Adam Rosenberg, PhD, founded the clinic in Montreal in 2001 after working in several other countries. Dr. Rosenberg is a member of the Association of Neurologists in Quebec. He holds a PhD in neuroscience from Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, which is located in Baltimore, Maryland. He also holds a bachelor's degree in Catholic theology from the University of Würzburg, which is in Germany. Dr. Rosenberg is currently on a leave of absence. Dr. Nathaniel has been entrusted to continue his important work. And then we have his email address there at the bottom. Another team member that we're going to be doing a background check on today is Shaina Merrick, PhD, born in Winnipeg, MB. Not sure where Winnipeg, MB is. Dr. Merrick is a graduate of the University of Toronto and McGill University. Prior to joining the Rosenberg Clinic, she worked as a surgeon at the Sunnybrook Health Sciences Centre in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Her work on neurological injury and its implications for the BDNF gene secretions were published in the New England Journal of Medicine, July 9, 2014. And there is also her email. Okay, next up we got Dr. Mario Nathaniel, PhD. He's the one that's taken over for the director in his absence. Dr. Nathaniel arrives to us from Bethlem Royal Hospital in London, England, a graduate of Oxford and Kent University. He's a member of the Association of British Neurologists and is considered to be one of the leading researchers in the fields of neurology and cognitive psychology. His work on neurodevelopmental disorders in relation to the BDNF gene has led to recent developments in the treatments of schizophrenia and chronic depression. And there's his email. Last but not least, we have Dr. Christopher Parr, PhD, a graduate of Northwestern University and the University of Chicago. Prior to coming to the Rosenberg Clinic, he worked at the Neurosciences Institute at Brigham and the Women's Hospital in Boston. His research into the BDNF gene has put him at the top of his field. And there his email lies if we shall need it. So we're going to continue our investigation, look at some more information, and see what we can figure out about who is the one responsible for continuing these horrendous experiments. Okay, the overview states that Dr. Merrick has many years of experience as a neurosurgeon. She has no criminal record, has a good credit rating, and has never been enlisted in the military. Dr. Merrick is not currently under any type of sustained surveillance. Apparently, her past employments include the Bay Department Store, Johnny's Pizza, Starbucks Coffee, which I have also worked for, the University of Toronto, Mount Sinai Hospital, St. Michael's Hospital, Montreal General Hospital, Sunnybrook Center, and the Rosenberg Clinic where she currently is. She has no police records, no records under the federal agencies, not on any global watch lists, no record with the CIA or Interpol. Her verification status is green across the board. So I think she is probably not going to be the one, but we will continue on to look at the rest of these candidates. Dr. Parr has many years' experience as a neurologist. He has also no criminal record and has a good credit rating. He was a member of the U.S. Army and served as a medical officer in Afghanistan. Dr. Parr is not currently under sustained surveillance. His past employment history includes Pizza Hut, where your boy has also worked as a manager and delivery driver. He worked at Lucille's, the University of Chicago. He worked for Pfizer, putting out those COVID-19 shots, giving people the jab. He also worked at Mercy Hospital, Brigham and Women's Hospital. He worked for the U.S. Army as the medical officer, as we've earlier noted, and Brigham and Women's Hospital again after he discontinued his service and did not re-enlist. He is currently under no type of surveillance as he works at the Rosenberg Clinic. All his local police department, federal agency, Global Watch Alert, CIA, and Interpol checks are clear. He is green across the board as well. But we know that one of these men or lady is dirty. Dr. Nathaniel has worked many years in advanced research in neurology and cognitive psychology. He has no criminal record and has a good credit rating, and he also has never been enlisted in the military. But Dr. Nathaniel is currently under moderate surveillance by our assets, but no important developments have been noted as of yet. His past employment includes Harvey's Department Store, Holmesburg Prison, Oxford University, University of Kent, the National Hospital for Neurology, Bethlem Royal Hospital, and now where he's currently located at Rosenberg Clinic. Again, his status with all local and federal departments and police agencies is green across the board, including the CIA and Interpol. No global watch alerts.
Hi everyone. Thanks for tuning into our stream today. I'm excited to talk to you all about the Holmesburg prison case and some of the disturbing experiments that took place there. According to the files we've obtained, Holmesburg prison was involved in inhumane experiments on its prisoners, including forced medical procedures and other forms of mistreatment. From what I've gathered, Holmesburg prison was notorious for its abuse of prisoners, including forced medical experiments, physical torture, and even psychological manipulation. One of the most disturbing aspects of the experiments at Holmesburg is the fact that many of the prisoners were subjected to forced medical procedures, including surgeries, without their consent. They were desperate for a chance to get released early, Doctor. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. We appreciate your support and interest in the Black Watchmen case.
Hello, Doctor? Agent in charge here. I am briefing you on your next mission. We've received intelligence requiring additional surveillance on target Mike Delta Romeo 9 Victor Golf. Dispatches have been sent. My team is in position, waiting for your orders to plant the bugs inside their corporate offices. This facility is a subsidiary of Morphomedical. You know what that means, Shay Security? Eyes everywhere. Lucky for you, this time, you get the easy part. As an analyst, your job is to pinpoint the best locations for our surveillance devices. I am transmitting the building's layout now. There are 3 microphones that must be placed. One near the target's desk. That's our primary feed. The other 2 must counteract interference. Find any equipment producing background noise AC units, fans, electrical panels, radiation source and place the bugs accordingly. You must test the signal once they are in place. Call the secure number and adjust for clarity. We need clean audio, no static, no interference. If you fail to plant the bugs in time, we move to plan B. We have an embedded asset agent Akao who will enter the building as a prospective employee. She'll engage the office manager, keeping them distracted while a backup team moves in. But this is not the preferred option. If Echo's cover is blown, we lose everything. And if the office manager gets suspicious, we may have to burn an agent. Our mission parameters are clear. No detection. No casualties? No loose ends. A dead guard means an investigation. An investigation means a sweep. And a sweep. That means they'll find our surveillance. Work fast, Agent XII. We're on the clock. Case Officer Anya out.
If it's not too much trouble, you are going to have to find out where I need to put the bugs. I hope you know how important it is that we get strong signal. We are waiting on you, Agent.
You have reached the Rosenberg Clinic.
We're wasting time. We have to place all 3 bugs before we get a signal. Нужно было лучше работать.
Hello? So what's the problem? Okay, well I'll try to hurry up as best I can. What else is going on? They're gonna send another agent in to try to distract them? Okay, well I'll do my best to hurry up on this end. Is there anything else you need from me? Alright. I'll get it done. Bye. Well guys, it looks like I better hurry up. They're going to have to send in another agent to try to distract them because I'm taking too long. This is incredible. You can switch you guys over to that live feed now so you can see what's going on with the other agents.
Remember, personal questions are all yours. Don't wait for me.
I know.
Just reminding you. Okay, look around the room.
Do you want me to peek in his drawers?
Not on the first date, sweetheart.
Jesus, don't make me laugh.
Just relax. Turn your head to the left a little. I want to see what's on that shelf.
How's that?
Okay, stop.
Suzanne, welcome to Crane.
Damn, he's cute.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I get you anything? Coffee? Water?
Water.
I'd love a cup of coffee. Thank you.
Water's healthier, makes a better impression.
Actually, you know, water would be better. Thank you.
How's the apartment?
Well,
Not great?
it's fine.
It's hard to find a good apartment on such short notice. Did you, sign a lease?
Say yes.
Yes.
Oof.
Really, it's fine. It's just a little sparse at the moment.
Well, that can change with a little time and creative thinking.
I'm not very creative.
Tell him you like his tie.
I like your tie.
Oh, thanks. I hate wearing one, but that's just the way it is around here.
That's life.
These are great recommendations. Your former employer found you an exemplary team player.
That's me.
What is Cage Suites?
Cage Suite.
Cage Suites?
It's one of the applications you listed as being proficient in.
Oh, shit. Why did they put that on
Cage
there?
Suites. You're not familiar with that.
No.
Ask for more water.
It's actually an excellent application.
Is it a series?
I'm sorry, could I have another glass of water?
Of course.
Thank you.
Okay, I got it.
I'm sorry, where were we?
I was curious about Cage Suites.
Oh, right.
Cage Suites is an extremely reliable,
It's an extremely reliable,
robust and scalable series of
robust
applications
and scalable series of applications
for all areas of enterprise business,
for all areas of enterprise business,
including accounting,
budgeting,
distribution, human resources, payroll, financial reporting, and electronic
and
commerce.
even electronic commerce.
You think it could handle an enterprise as large as Crane?
Absolutely. It's robust.
Nice.
Maybe we should talk about transitioning. We've had a lot of problems with our current systems.
Just let me know anything you'd like me to do.
Oh, yeah, excuse me a second.
Sorry
Yes.
about that.
Karina on line 1.
Karina. Okay, I'll take it.
Check her out.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to take this call.
Oh, okay.
He wants you to leave. Get up.
Oh, I'll just head on down to my new office now, and if you need me for anything, just give me a holler.
Sure thing. Welcome to the team, Suzanne.
Thank you.
You did all right, Agent. Good work. I will send you a confirmation code. You will need to complete your mission.
It seems you found your way around quickly, Agent. The Rosenberg Clinic is now your top priority. You must monitor this case as it unfolds. The bugs are planted. The surveillance team is in place. Now we wait for developments.
The spot looked no different than any other in the valley. The only reason the detectives were combing the desert was because the cadaver dogs had picked up the smell of decomposition. Finally, the search for the missing...
There has been an update in the Rosenberg Clinic case. Listen to the new audio intel in the archive regarding their experiments and determine the focus of their research.
...to its inevitable end. This is what we signed up for. This is the work we do.
Psychopath's got a bug up his ass about some civilian who's been causing him trouble. He takes these things personally.
Well, you tell him that I'm starting to take his insubordination personally. I don't think he understands the big picture.
Of course he does, nor could he, even if I explained it to him, which is why I only give him the little picture, the microscopic fucking picture.
You know, if you can't control him, we can get rid of it.
Nah, he's a loyal...
Send him back to his wife and kids with a bad case of amnesia.
I've got to hold on to him for a while longer. I can handle his enthusiasm.
That's what you said about the Animex situation, and he ended up killing someone.
Come on, that was just as much DeFilippo's fault as it was Jenkins.
It was sloppy. It could have been avoided. It doesn't help us when innocent people are
I
killed.
understand that.
What else?
We're trying to track down that reporter.
Oh, forget about him. Forget about him. It's not important. Besides, you won't find him. Cromwell took care of it. He called one of his Washington buddies. They've got Pritchard and the recording now.
What's on the recording?
I don't have time to explain the whole damn recording to
The
you.
summary. What's on it?
12 terrified, narrow-minded military nutjobs sit around arrogantly speculating about the effects the disc had on their warmonger mentalities.
What effect did it have on them?
Considering the fact they didn't know how to use it, not much.
Why are the feds interested in the recording?
I gave you the summary. That's all you
Well,
get.
what if
I'm
I-
hanging up. I've got to go in there now.
Okay. Say hello to the future for me.
Certainly.